Today I'm going to show you how to install Truck Cover USA's American roll cover on this 2018 Ford F-150 with a 5.5 foot bed. Let's go ahead and get started. Now the first thing that we're going to want to do is obviously to unbox our stuff, make sure we have everything that's supposed to come in the kit. After you've done that, we're going to take our canister, throw it up into our truck bed, and on each side you can see that there's a bracket coming off. One of these brackets is actually going to have your keys in it, so just make sure you remove that, remove your keys, and set those to the side. Next, we're going to turn our attention to our weather seal on the back of our canister. Now our kit is going to come with two other seals that are going to be about half the size of that one. Now depending on your bed caps and the kind of bed liner you have in your truck is going to determine which of these seals we need to use. So before we actually remove any or put any new ones on, we need to fit our canister up to our bulkhead and see if this covers our gap or if we need to change it out. So now we're going to take our canister and set it over our bed caps and our bulkhead. Now we want to make sure that our canister is evenly spaced from side to side as best we can. And some of the key things that we're looking for here to make sure we have the correct weather seal at the back is, does our weather seal contact our bulkhead so that no water can get in through the back, and does our side brackets sit flush on our bed caps? So if those two things are true, then you're good with this weather seal and you don't have to change it out. Now if you do and you have to go to one of the smaller ones, what you need to do is remove this weather seal at the back, clean it up with rubbing alcohol, and then install the new one. So now on our truck, our weather seal at the back was actually pushing our canister forward. So what we've gone ahead and done is removed that weather strip, and we're going to use both of our provided weather strips in our kit. So to do this, we're actually going to attach one to our canister here, and then we're going to attach one to our bulkhead on the truck. Now your kit is going to come with multiple shims. There should be 3 different sets. We're going to use our middle thickness, and we're going to go to our bracket on the side of the canister. Now if you have this evenly spaced, this spacer should be able to fit smoothly with just a little bit of excess space on both sides. So now we're going to grab our driver's side rail. It's going to have a protective covering on it. We're just going to leave that on for right now, but it should also have an L on the side that's going to connect to our canister. If you look at the end of the rail, it's all going to be open. On the opposite side, it's going to have a closed off face, so that's how you know you got the right side. And then you want to make sure that your seal is going over the top of your bed cap. Now this furthest box here is actually going to be our channel for our bracket, and we're just going to slide that bracket right into that channel. You might have to wiggle the rail around a little bit, but once you get that in, it's just going to slide forward. So now we're looking at our rail from the inside, and right here is going to be a water channel. That's actually going to slide over the top of our canister piece right here as well. So once you slide that in, you're going to push it all the way to the front, and then there's going to be another little roller here. So we want to make sure that we still have the ability to roll that freely and that it's not stopped by our rain channel. We're going to do that on both sides. The next thing that we need to do is make sure we have the correct positioning on our rails. So to do that, we're going to measure the end slat on our canister blanket. Now that's going to be 57 inches. So now at the other end, what we need to do is make sure that we are 1/8 of an inch larger than that on the distance between the ends of our rails. Now the reason for that is because in your instructions it says that the perfect gap is 1/16 of an inch. So if we make the end of our rails 57 inches and 1/8 of an inch, that'll give us a 1/16 on each side. We're going to show you how to do that. Now to get that distance of 57 and 1/8 of an inch between your rails, your kit is going to come with multiple sizes of shims. So you're going to have one that's a little bit thicker, that's going to be 3/16 of an inch. You're going to have a medium-sized one that is 1/8, and then you're going to have a small 1/16 inch shim. So it's going to be a trial and error. It's going to depend a little bit on your bed caps. We have found through trial and error that a large shim and a small shim is what we need to get that distance. Now to get our correct spacing, we're going to install our rear clamp. So we're going to follow our rail down, and there's going to be an opening here. Those are for your clamps. We're going to take our shims. We're going to pull our rail out a little bit and put our shims right behind that opening. Now that's a good idea at this point to have somebody here with you so that they can hold the rail down and push it up against the bed cap. We're going to take our clamp, open it up a little bit. The larger side is going to go to that hole, and the groove that's in there is going to match up right here with our rail. The other side is going to go to the back of our bed cap. Once we have that in place, we're going to use a 9/16 inch socket and tighten that down. And you want to make sure that you have the same shim configuration on the opposite side, and do all that on the opposite side as well. So now with both clamps in place, we're going to go ahead and measure our distance. Make sure we have that 57 1/8 of an inch. And if that's good, you have the correct shims. And then we'll go ahead and lift the tailgate up, make sure that doesn't hit, and then we can pull our blanket out. So now we can lift our tailgate up, make sure that it closes with no problems, make sure it's not hitting any part of our rail, and the top of our rail is going to overlap a little bit, should be about 3/8 of an inch. Now we're going to pull our blanket out, feed it into our rails very carefully, and this is so that we can check the gap at the tailgate. So from the factory, you're going to have a protective piece over our lock. We're just going to remove that for right now. We are going to want to reinstall this in just a minute. We'll just remove it right now. We are going to feed our cover into our rails, and then we can pull it back using our strap. So at this point, you want to be very careful. You want to make sure that it's not binding anywhere on our actual rails. That could be an indication that we have incorrect spacing. It should slide smoothly. Once we get it to the back, we can lock it into place, and then we can check our gaps. So now we can take our 1/16 of an inch shim, and we should be able to slide that in between the end slat on our blanket and our rail. We should be able to do that on both sides. If we can, we know that we have correct spacing on our rails, and we can install our back two clamps. If you have too little space or too much space, you need to readjust your shims and try again. So now we've carefully rolled our blanket back into our canister so that we can install our other clamps. Now when you're doing that, you want to make sure that you reinstall your protective piece over your lock, and that's just so you don't scratch up our surface of our blanket. So now we're back at our driver's side, and we're looking at our middle clamp on our rail. So we've already gone ahead and installed it. You're going to have 2 additional clamps per rail for a total of 3 per side. And on your middle and last clamp, the idea is just to close the gap between the bed cap and the rail. So it's not going to be the same amount of shims as the first clamp at the tailgate, but the idea again is just to close that gap. So we have used the small shim on our middle one, and on our last clamp there's actually going to be no shim because it's flat up against our bed cap. Now your truck might be a little bit different, so again just make sure you're filling that gap on your last 2 brackets. So now with all of our clamps in place, we're going to draw our blanket out. Again, remove this piece on our lock, fit this into our rails, and then pull it back just far enough to lock it into our first lock. Now we can remove our protective backing on our rails. And then we're going to install our canister lid cover. Now also inside the canister towards the back, there's going to be a protective foam piece with some tape. We're going to just remove that as well. We're going to grab our cover, set that down into place. One side is going to have a sweep that's going to be towards the front or towards the blanket side. And then we want to line up our holes. Now in each of our holes, we're going to get a black Phillips head screw. I'm just going to put in there. We're just going to get each of those started. Now once we get them all in, we can go ahead and tighten them down. Now with all of our screws loosely installed, we can go ahead and tighten them down. Now once you get all of those tight, you also have some black caps that can just go right over the top. And make sure you do that on both sides. So now at the end of each rail, we're going to have an adjustment screw right here for our last locking block. On both sides, we need to loosen this up. That's just going to be a Phillips head screwdriver. Give it a couple turns and you should be able to feel it wiggle back and forth like that. We're going to do that on both sides. So now our next step is going to require some help from another person. We're going to have them pull the blanket until the end of our last slat is lined up with our rails. So we want to make sure that that's lined up. We're going to hold that in place and then we're going to go underneath and tighten up our screws. We're going to do that on both sides. Now that we have our lock block adjusted with our screw, in the hole directly behind it, we're actually going to drill a small pilot hole, and then we're going to put a set screw in there which is going to completely lock that block into place. You just want to be very careful. You don't want to accidentally drill through the top of our actual rail. So then once you have your pilot hole, we can use our provided screw and drill that into place. You're going to do that on both sides. So now we're at our canister. There's going to be our strike plate right here. There's going to be two nuts that we need to remove. Those are going to be a 7/16. Now what we're going to do is rotate our strike plate like so that it's now facing up. And then we're going to reinstall our two nuts and then tighten those down. We don't want to go real tight, we're just going to snug them up. So now we're underneath of our canister and we're going to install under our canister drain tubes. So on our F-150 we know that there's a hole right here with a plastic cutout right there. We've already gone ahead and removed that. Now if you have a bed liner like we do, you're going to have to make an incision in there to get that drain tube through, like so. And then we can grab our tube, see how much of it we actually need, and then we can cut our tube to length and then put it through our hole. So now we can feed our drain tube through our hole and then onto our canister. We're going to do that on both sides. So our back drain tubes on the F-150 are going to be a little bit more tricky. There's not any factory holes that are large enough to actually fit this tube. So According to the instructions, we need to drill a hole somewhere in this area because we only have about 8 inches of tube left, and it would look something like that. Now, what I'm going to say is I don't want to drill into my brand new truck, so we actually had some tubes left over that we just had laying around the shop. This one fits perfectly inside of the tube that's on our rail. So we'll use some silicone, make sure it's nice and sealed tight in there, and then run it to one of the smaller holes on the outside of our truck. Now with everything installed, we can go ahead and test the operation. Right here in the center, you're going to have a cable release. Pull that, and the cover should fully retract. Now from here, we can pull it forward, and the cover should lock into place every 12 inches. And then again at the tailgate. Now that's going to complete the installation. If you have any questions, give us a call or visit us online.